Hi, my name is Shelly. Actually, I saw a lot of your videos about social anxiety, so I just thought, I would speak about it today and, share my feelings with you. Um, it's been really tough. I've actually, the social anxiety started when I was around 13, and I would have panic attacks, and it would just be really hard for me to sit through class and make friends because I just couldn't be myself. When I'm around people, I just kind of have so much anxiety. I just go blank, and I guess when I'm speaking to someone, it doesn't seem like a conversation for me. To me, it seems more like it's a test. I feel like everybody's constantly watching me, and everybody's judging me, and I have to be perfect. And it's just really, can't find the words. I guess it's just really frustrating because I kind of wish that I could just be like everyone else, and I didn't have to feel this way all the time. And I wish I could just enjoy life, take things easy, and just not have this anxiety. But after watching your videos, it just made me feel so good that I'm not the only one in the world suffering. I'm not the only one who feels anxious. At first I thought, maybe this is just shyness, and maybe it'll just go away. But I think social anxiety is more than just shyness. And sometimes I feel like I'm not even a shy person. I'm the type of person who has to be around people, but it's usually the anxiety itself that kind of disables me around people. And sometimes people think that I'm intentionally ignoring them, or I'm trying to be rude, but really it's just my anxiety kind of playing tricks on me and making me, I guess, be the quiet one and the one who seems like, I guess I feel like I feel like I'm not being friendly, and it's just the way I think. I guess it's just a pattern of thinking where I feel like I'm constantly being judged, and at the same time I feel like I'm not being nice to people and I'm ignoring them, and I feel bad about that, but I'm just so stuck in my own mind that it's kind of hard to get out at that time. And if somebody's talking to me, I may unintentionally ignore them, but I feel so bad about that. And I guess people take that as I'm somebody who's maybe arrogant or stuck up about myself, and that's not the case at all. I constantly avoid social situations, and that's something that I remember enjoying when I was like a lot younger. But it used to be fun to have a conversation with people, and it wasn't like a task. And now it's like, if I'm talking to somebody, it seems like I'm gonna be judged by them, and I must be perfect. And people are just constantly judging me. Everybody's watching me, and I must appear like this, or I must look like that. And it's just, I guess, a lot of self-consciousness, and just not being able to kind of relax, and and just not really think about it. It's more like being trapped in your mind and always being conscious and always being anxious and fearful, and more than I think social anxiety is just a type of anxiety that kind of disables you around people, and it just gave me so much hope watching your videos, and seeing that I wasn't alone, and there are so many other people that go through with this. So I would love to watch everyone and see how you guys overcome this, and I know that it's something that you have to work on, and I think social skills develop as you put yourself in the situation. You can't just overcome it by avoiding the situation. So I am doing my best now to kind of put myself on the spot, and for me it feels like putting myself on the spot, but trying to interact with people more, and trying to get over this constant anxiety. Well, it was nice talking to everyone, and I guess I'll end here. I don't know what else to add, but I guess I will update everyone with how I'm doing, and I look forward to watching everyone else and seeing your progress, because you're not alone. You're not the only one, so it just feels good to know, at least for me, that I'm not the only one. Okay, well, I guess I'll end here.